So we're very near Balbriggan here, right? And there's a hill somewhere in Balbriggan. Maybe you guys haven't all seen it, but there's a little one. And on that hill, a long, long time ago, there lived a hunchback. And at the bottom of the hill, there was another hunchback. And these two guys, they were so bent over, they looked like question marks. And all through the week, they'd be grumbling and muttering as they made their way through the village. Oh, Jesus, just see the look on that one. See the smile on her face. She's obviously up to something. Jeez, do you see now? They would find crumble potatoes in the man's field this year, don't they? Fuck them. But one of the hunchbacks was actually secretly quite happy. And he just did the grumbling and the muttering because he wanted to fit in, right? His hunchback friend was the only one that he could really identify with, so he pretended to grumble and mutter just so that they could keep that friendship so close. And every week, the happy hunchback would go all the way up the hill to visit the grumbly hunchback. So while he was going up the hill, he'd actually be singing and talking about how lovely everything was right till he got to the top in the front door. He'd going up the hill. Oh, jeez, that's a lovely flower. That's a lovely flower. That's fine. Good job, well done. Oh, just good day, Joe, Mrs. That's a fine bit of bird song, well done. All the way up the hill, happy as Larry. One day, he was halfway up when he heard something from inside a thorn bush. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. He stopped. Jesus, that's a lovely song, he said. That's the loveliest song I've heard in a while now. I'd like to add something to that song. Let me have a think about it. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday. Oh, I know. And then he waited. And he heard it again. Saturday, Sunday. And he went, Monday, Tuesday. Absolute silence. And then the thorn bush shook, and a tiny face poked out. It was a face just as big as your nose, Rosie, and a similar shape. And there was a tiny little face there smiling, and it said, Mister, I've been singing that song for 1,000 years, and I never thought to put in the Monday and the Tuesday. That's genius! That's genius! Who are you? Where have you been hiding all this time? You're a genius! That could win the Eurovision, Bring back the glory days when we won Eurovision every year! You and me together, let's team up! And the hunchback said, oh, I'm just so happy you like it. I just wanted to add something to your song. It was so nice. And the fairy, because it was a fairy, said, I'm going to grant you a wish. What would you like most in this world? And he didn't have to think about it long. He said, geez, I'd love to be able to stand up straight. So the fairy went and just danced all the way up and down his spine. And just like that, just like a flower as it grows, as it uncurls and reaches up to drink the sun, suddenly he was up, a full-bodied, straight-backed man again. And it was the first time he'd been able to take in a full breath in his entire life. And he could taste fragrance in the air that he'd never tasted before. And he could feel the fullness of himself in there. And he walked all the way up to the top of the hill with his heart singing, and he banged on the door of his friend. His friend opened the door. Who the feck are you? It's me, your friend. What happened to you? You look kind of ruined. No, I met a fairy and I joined in his song and he took my hunch away. Jesus. Where did you meet him? I'm going to go meet him myself. And he explained where the bush was and about the singing. And so the grumpy hunchback ran all the way down the hill. And he got to the bush and he stopped and he listened and he heard, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And he grabbed a hold of the bush and went, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday! Wednesday, Thursday, Friday! Absolute silence. Maybe he wasn't loud enough. He grabbed the bush again and he shook it and he shook it and he shook it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Absolute silence. And then a face. You're a very, very unpleasant man. Why are you shaking my bush and shouting at me? And the fairy said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you the hunch that I took off the other man. And he struck the back, and suddenly he had a double hunch. And he said, I'll feck you anyway. And the fairy said, listen, come back and visit me next week, the fairy said. And for the next week, while you're walking around the place, have a little bit of a sing for yourself. And see if you can enjoy the song. See if you can feel life and the goodness of life while you're singing. Come back to me then, and maybe we'll sing together. And that's a true story. Thank you.